they gave us a trash can. So this is an 8-foot space right here. They gave us a 6-foot table. So I'm hoping I can move this over a little bit. Well, I'll bring it up front and then I'll move it over, and then hopefully 2 feet of space over here will be just barely enough room for me to put an apparel rack to display my night jackets. Okay, that was a pretty quick setup. We don't have a ton of space back here because the table is moved back about 1.5 feet from the front, but that's okay, we'll make do. And we've already been taking advantage of the trash can back here, which is nice. I'm gonna display this on the table. I'm not gonna leave it here though. I'm taking it back with me every night. I don't want anybody to yank it. I'm just paranoid. No one's gonna yank it, but you know, just in case. So I'll be taking that with me every night. And yeah, we set it pretty fast. I think we got here around 4:45-ish. So it took us like an hour to set this up. So yeah, I will show you guys the finished product tomorrow. Okay, here's the finished table. Here's the CONPANION. There we go. It's a little droopy because, well, there's nothing in it, so. But yeah, there's the backpack. It kind of dwarfs the coffin backpack, doesn't it? It's a lot bigger for sure. But as far as finishing touches go, we just set up the apparel rack for the night jackets, and I don't know if it's gonna fit. It technically does fit, but if we move the table back any further, then we're not really gonna have a ton of room back there to move around and grab stuff. So I'm not really sure how far we can take the apparel rack out before it starts becoming like a tripping hazard, because I don't really want it to cross in front of this line too much. That's technically the border of our booth. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Okay, well, it's set up. Not sure how the legs are going to be in the way. I'm really hoping that no one's going to trip on them. And it's very, very snug here. There's like no room to come in and out of the table. So honestly, I'm really not sure how we're meant to come in and out, but I don't know. I guess we'll figure it out like we always do. I didn't realize I only had one pink one. I should have brought a secondary pink one. At least the pink one's up at the front so everyone can see it. But the 2 black ones I have are at the back, so they're kind of hidden. But yeah, looks nice, I think. Looking at the whole booth, looks pretty cohesive, I think. I got some new prints. I got a bunch of new merch that I can show you guys actually. So I've got a Magical Girl Allen. And then spoilers for Frankenstein. I've got a little Frankenstein print here. I've got some new charms and new enamel pins. I'll show you the enamel pins. So I made these little filler pins. They come in sets of 2. So you can buy a little set of 2 stars as like a little filler. And then I've got some new charms. I've got Yoshiki and Hikaru. So cute. And then I've got some clickers. Those are fun. And then down here, I've got some new sticker sheets. I've got EP token. And then I recently just got into School Panda. So I've got Skull Girlfriends. I've also got some new stickers. Not today, Satan. And then I've got, I showed you my Tiffys, please respond. And then I don't know if I showed you the other ones. I probably did, but I'll show you the other ones anyway. These are the other 3 new ones I got. Got Too Silly. If I fits, I sits. And then I've got EP. So for the companion, I do have signage for it. I doubt anyone will read it, but if anyone is interested in the backpack, I can kind of point to the sign here and be like, yeah, scan the QR code. And the QR code is very small, so hopefully people can actually like see it, or they can just take a picture of it and then go to my URL. But yeah, this kind of just gives like a gist of the backpack. This is actually not too dissimilar from the ad page that I submitted for ALA's ad book, or like their program book. I submitted an ad for the program book, which is cool. I'm excited to see how that turns out. But basically it's just pictures of the backpack, what the backpack has, as well as the enamel pins and the jet tags. I designed this ad before I made the plush toy. So unfortunately, I don't have the plush toy on here, and I didn't add it because I forgot to. So that kind of sucks, but it's okay. The plush toy isn't like the main part of the frickin' campaign, so it doesn't really matter too much. But so for mystery bags, this will probably be the last time that I use these little black star heat seal bags for the mystery cat enamel pins, because I ordered custom heat seal bags. Those will hopefully be here in time for ALA. If they're not, then at least we'll have them for Katsu. The buttons, I also ordered custom packaging for the buttons because I decided to continue selling them. Originally, I was just going to sell these guys until they completely sold out, and then I was going to discontinue them. But people like them enough where I thought I still have like a ton of supplies for the buttons. So I figured I could just keep making them. And why not make a few new designs too? Jesus Christ.
Thanks, TSA.
Oh my God. Oh my God. What? All your stickers. Oh. Do you need help?
I'm gonna figure it out.
Okay.
I'll figure it out.
Oh my God. Rip. Okay, so I took the sign that was up there. It was hanging up there. We took it down and I taped it to the table. So now people know my name if they didn't already see it there, and my table number. That's helpful. Okay, well, this answers the question on how we get inside of our booth. We did have a pipe and drape here that separated our booths, but Lava, my friend here, had the big brain idea to just get rid of it. So it's on the ground now, and now we can just walk through this little spot here into our booth. So that's nice. All right, time for a behind the booth tour. We've got apparel, we've got gift bags. Over here, we've got wallets, lanyards, more gift bags, stamp rally cards, stamp. We've got the lovely Jess. I have coffin bags here in case anybody sees the matte bag and sees that there are different finishes. So I can show them like, yeah, I've got a pink one and I've got a patent black one. We've got food here, grapes on the floor. It's okay, there's a towel. It's protected. Mini charms, enamel pins, more enamel pins. The square reader is charging because it didn't charge last night, so we're charging it right now. more charms, and also the new clicker charms. Got those as well. And that's about it for the behind the booth tour.
Are you vlogging? Are you vlogging?
Hello, good morning. It is day 2. It is a Friday. Yes, this is a 4-day con. And yes, Thursday was a disaster, like all 4-day cons are. Just kidding, not all 4-day cons. Some 4-day cons are okay. Thursdays are usually the weakest, though, out of all the days. But anyway, let's just dive into it, shall we? Yesterday I sold 3 prints. I sold 18 buttons. I sold a whopping 11 charms. Crazy. I know. I sold 1 enamel pin. I didn't sell any lanyards. I sold 4 sticker sheets and 3 single stickers. I didn't sell any stickers yesterday, dude. I sold 3 packs of plasters, 4 beanies. I actually sold out of my ghost beanie, but I only brought 3. I need to put up a sold out sign on the ghost beanie, actually. I totally forgot to. I sold 2 pink bat wallets, 1 ID wallet, 1 coin purse, and I sold 6 button-up shirts. Did not sell a single night jacket, did not sell a single coffin bag. But what's funny is I did see a lot of my coffin bags yesterday. I think from people who bought from me at MomoCon, probably. It was nice seeing all the decorated bags. It's always very cool when someone comes up to my booth and they're like, oh, it's Kino, oh my God, look. And they turn around and they show me their bag. It's so cool. But yeah, this is gonna be a pretty short update because yesterday was so slow. In fact, it was so slow, oh my God. So I forgot my iPad this weekend and I'm beating myself up over it. So what I had to do was walk around the artist alley and try to find a notebook because I really wanted to draw. So I found a notebook. This is from Hair and Hide Guild. I found a cool arcane notebook. It's not very big. It's about the size of my hand. And I borrowed a pencil from my friend Lava, who's right next door to us. And I drew 12 comics yesterday. I have 12 comic ideas. I drew them in like 2 hours. Well, I drew like 8 in like 2 hours, and then the last couple comics I drew over the course of the rest of the day. A lot of things happened yesterday that reminded me of previous instances, like previous interactions with people. I knew I had to get a notebook and I had to jot them down because otherwise I would forget them. And you can't just like write down a comic, like an idea, like a script or whatever. You have to like draw it so you can visualize it. It makes it easier to deliver the punchline, in my opinion. But yeah, I drew 12 comics yesterday, and so I have quite the backlog of comics. I'm pretty sure I have enough comics to update in 2026, like every 2 weeks, probably. I just need to go through and like actually finish them, like ink them and color them and stuff like that. Yes, yesterday was totally boring and slow, and I made like $1,000, which is on a Thursday not great for me. It's not great for me. But it's a 4-day show. It's a 4-day show. I keep telling myself that. It's a 4-day show. Today, I'm hoping to make double what I made yesterday. And then Saturday, I'm hoping to make double today. But that's a big ask. That's a really big ask. I don't think this will be a 5-figure con. I was really hoping it might have been, just because it's 4 days. Usually 4-day cons have more potential, but I don't know, man. It's really disappointing. Anyway, Jess and I are going to cover up the booth. We uncover it to do restock, and then we'll cover it back up again because we want to walk around the exhibit hall, because we didn't get a chance to do that yesterday. I did get a chance to walk the entire artist alley. I saw every single booth in the artist alley. That's kind of cool. Saw a couple of my friends, but did not get a chance to see exhibitors. So we're gonna go do that together and see if we can't spot anything interesting. So yeah, I'll update you later, I guess. Look at this glitter that I bought from Uniglitter. I'm gonna put it on my face. Can you see? Here. It's very subtle, but it works, I think.
Hey kid, are you vlogging?
We got this at, what's the place called again? Mary Mac's? We got this at Mary Mac's. This was $5, guys. $5 for a dozen cinnamon rolls. Oh my God. And they smell divine. Good morning. I'm trying a different angle. We'll see how this works. So yesterday was Friday. I'll be honest, I was hoping for double Thursday. That did not happen. That did not happen, and I'm a little mad about it, but what can I do? You know, the traffic, the foot traffic has not been great in my area, despite being at like the very front of the hall. People seem to come through the doors and then immediately turn, like to walk along the walls to go to where they need to go, and no one is like coming down the main aisle here. They did have the main door open for a little bit yesterday, but they eventually closed it, probably because it was getting so freaking cold in here. Since they had the main door open, they also had people coming in and out of the doors to the convention center, and it was freezing outside yesterday. It was so cold. So just the draft was crazy. It was so cold in here. Yeah, I guess let's get to it, right? I sold 7 prints yesterday. That's pretty cool. My most popular print so far is my Magical Girl Allen print. This guy. I sold 28 buttons, 8 charms, which was less than Thursday. I sold 9 enamel pins, 5 lanyards. Oh yeah, lanyards. So Thursday, I said that I sold 0 lanyards. That was a lie. I sold 1 lanyard. It was a Severance lanyard. Of all the lanyards, it was the Severance one. So yeah, I sold 5 lanyards yesterday. I sold 3 sticker sheets, which was 1 less than Thursday. I sold 8 single stickers. Guys, this con, I'm like so saddened by this. I sold 3 plaster packs, 3 beanies. I sold a couple of mystery bags yesterday. I sold 1 mystery cat bag and 2 mystery button bags. I sold 1 black bat wallet, no coffin bags so far, 2 ID wallets, 1 right after the other, and then I sold 3 shirts. And probably the best part about yesterday was the fact that I sold 2 night jackets. That's nice. That's good. The tiny little display that I have off to the side has not been a waste. So 2 night jackets, better than none, right? Thoughts from yesterday. Do you want to see my haul? So yesterday morning, me and Jess walked around the exhibit hall for a little bit. We got here so early that I was able to do a little vlogging. We did our restocking and stuff, and we had like half an hour to walk around. So we walked around, and there were a couple vendors who were already open. Well, they weren't open, but like they were there, and so they were able to take payments. So I got a couple of things. So I got this. This is from Lucky Cat Market. It's a doll carrier, a trinket carrier thing, and it's got like a clasp, like a little keychain that you can hang it to like a bag. Super cute. I'm probably gonna put one of my skull pandas in it. Probably Darkness, because she's my favorite. Yeah, super cute. I love the little wings on it. I considered making something like this, but I'm glad to know that it exists already, because I don't want to make it and like copy someone. So I will let this exist on the market. I got a Giroro figure. He was my favorite character from Sergeant Frog. When I saw him, I gasped. And I was very hesitant about getting him because he's kind of big. He's literally as big as this box. But Jess convinced me to get him. So thank you, Jess. I got this really cool Elita 1 model kit. You build her with no glue, no cutting required, no painting required. So that's pretty cool. Elita 1 is like my second favorite character in the Transformers universe. Optimus Prime is my very first favorite. And I love them as like a couple. I just think they're so cute. They're both leaders. They're both very strong, powerful people. So I love Elita 1 specifically because she's so strong, you know, she's endured a lot. And then I got two more big things. I got this beautiful Albedo figure that's going to go next to my other Albedo figure. She's so pretty. Look at her. And then last but not least, I got another Albedo figure. The best part about this is the tights on this are real. So like you can see the seam down the back. The tights on this are real, so they have like texture, and it's so nice. It's such a pretty figure, and I got her at a really affordable price too. I looked online. I price checked these figures online before I bought them to make sure that I was getting a good deal first. And I would say I did. I definitely did. I got some other things. I got some charms and pins and some other stuff, but they're like small things, you know. These are all the big things that I got. And I'm really hoping that we sell enough today and have sold enough the last 2 days that I will have room for these boxes, because as it stands, I don't think I do. I need to sell at least another like 5 shirts between today and tomorrow. Make sure that I've lost some weight on some of my checked bags. I don't know if I've sold enough buttons. Well, okay. I think I've sold enough buttons, maybe like half a pound of buttons. No, maybe not half a pound, maybe a quarter of a pound of buttons. So not really enough to make too much of a difference. But when I weighed, so the buttons go in my large purple checked bag, which holds all of my display stuff. And that bag weighed, I think, 47 or 48 pounds when we weighed it at the airport. So I should be okay to put one of these boxes in there. And then the other 3 boxes could probably go in the apparel checked bag. I have sold a couple shirts. Let's see, how much does this weigh? I don't even know how much this weighs. Probably like 2 pounds, I would say, which is about 3 shirts, and I've sold 3 shirts. So it's probably fine. I'll figure it out. Anyway, they have not turned on the lights in here yet. Well, obviously the lights are on, but they're on like a slider, like a dimmer, and they haven't brightened the lights yet, so that's why it's a little dim in here. But, oh, I need to show you my stamp rallies that I'm in. I'm in a couple of stamp rallies, and it's a little sad because not many people want to do stamp rallies this show for whatever reason. Honestly, it's the foot traffic, I'm telling you. I'm not getting like any foot traffic here. I'm just gonna keep complaining about that. But anyway, I'm in an arcane stamp rally with 3 other people. The prize for that's pretty cute. What it is a long charm chain of all of the characters. Can you see those? I drew the Savika and the Silco. It's super cute, and it's got glitter epoxy too, so it's like super sparkly. This is the prize pack. This is the prize for the Arcane Rally. I'm part of an OC rally as well. This is like a winter fantasy themed rally. The prize pack for this is a couple of stickers and a couple of buttons, and I think a mini print. I made a coffin-shaped button of my VTuber character, Kino. She's got a big poofy scarf on and a blue beanie, and it's like, there's like snowflakes and stuff. And then I'm also part of a K-pop Demon Hunter stamp rally. This one's kind of neat. The stamp rally card is like a ticket, a double-sided ticket. So on one side you've got the Huntrix card, and then on the other side you've got a Saja Boys card. So it's a double rally. It's a $10 buy-in for each side, so $20 if you want both stamps. The price pack for this is, depending on which side you complete, or if you complete both sides, you get an enamel pin, a button, a ribbon, and a really cool bill. Plus the tickets, just cool memorabilia. And if you complete both rallies, then obviously you get all the prizes. So both enamel pins, both buttons, both ribbons. And the enamel pins are super cute because they've got like the Sasha Boys and Huntrix logo on them. I finally sold one of my If I Fits, I Sits stickers. That's a relatively new Shitty Kitty sticker that I drew. No one has bought it since I drew it, and I've been to 3 events so far. This is the 3rd event that I will have had it at, and someone finally bought one of them, so that's cool. No one has bought any clicker keychains, I don't think. No one has bought any keycaps, have they?
We sold one.
Did we?
Yeah, it was a sleep helmet.
Oh, cool. I guess I sold one keycap keychain. That's cool. I have not sold any of my filler pins, my little stars that I have, so that's kind of a bummer. What other new merch do I have? Oh yeah, I sold one of my Frankenstein prints, and then I sold one Mr. Boss charm. That's a brand new charm that I have. So I've had a few takers on some of my new merch, not as many as I was hoping, but it's okay, it's just the con. The con is just a little disappointing for all of us. When I was walking around Artist Alley again yesterday, I spoke to a couple of my friends, and we were all pretty much in agreement that this show is a little bit slower than we were hoping, especially considering this is their 2nd year inside the Georgia World Congress Center, and they reduced the size of the Artist Alley quite a bit from last year. Apparently. I wasn't here last year, so I don't know, but that's what people have been saying. The convention is moving back to their original October dates starting next year, but I think they'll still be in this convention center. So yeah, hopefully next year, if I get in next year, if I decide to go, if I get in next year, then I'll try it. I'll try it again, because I never just do a show once and call it good if it doesn't do well for me, because I don't think that's fair to the show. Obviously, I want to try it at least twice to kind of get a hang of things and see if it's the area, if it's just the con, if it's my products, because my products change year over year. Obviously, I have new stuff, and I keep getting like, I'm really narrowing down my fan base, or my customer base rather, and I'm hitting a point where I know what the people want, so I'm drawing the things that I want to draw, but also that people want. Allegedly. I'm not really an expert in these things, even though I should be, because this is my job. I think I know what people want. I've been pretty successful this year. I did an Artist Alley Wrapped earlier a couple weeks ago, and I basically went over like some of my convention stats, and this is my 27th show for the year. Pretty impressive. That's including a couple of one-day events that I did this year. As far as like full 3-day conventions, I've only done 2 to 4-day conventions. I've done 25, which is still a lot. But yeah, I say that it's 27 shows because the events that I did earlier in the year were like mini events hosted by a local convention. So I don't know. I include it under the umbrella of shows that I've done because it's run by a convention. So I don't know. I think that counts. After doing 27 shows this year, I've narrowed down the things that people want, the things that people want to see. So I've kind of figured out, I've solved the puzzle, so to speak. And because of that, I'm able to kind of experiment with other kinds of merch, because the puzzle that I figured out will pay for me being able to work on original stuff. Like all the fan art that I do is all to pay for my original work, so that eventually I can cut fan art out entirely and just do original stuff. And by that point, hopefully, I won't need to be an Artist Alley anymore. I can book exhibitor booths. That's kind of the goal. I want to have all original apparel. I want to have all original enamel pins. I want to do blind boxes. I've got some plush toys in the making. I've got some soft PVC toys. I'm even doing some vinyl toys maybe. They're kind of expensive, but I might have to crowdfund them. I'm still not sure yet. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about that. But yeah, sorry for yapping. I guess I'll update you guys later on how Saturday is doing. Oh yeah, do you like my makeup? So I bought this glitter yesterday, right? And one of the glitters that I bought is like, that they have bats in it. So I have like bats on my cheek. And then I've got some glitter on my eyes as well. We'll see if it lasts. I don't know if it's gonna last throughout the day. We'll see. I guess I'll update you guys later. So I bought this, I don't remember if I talked about this before. I bought this notebook from Hair and Hide Guild because I forgot my iPad. And I've been drawing comics. I've been drawing comics. You know, as one does. So this actually happened to me at WonderCon. All of them. But yeah, I've drawn maybe like 14 comics, 15 comics over the last 2 days. So I've got quite the backlog of comics now. Alright guys, I don't know if you can see this, but those lights up there are not on. So it is still super dark back here. Like, look how dark this is. I am in shadow right now. I am in shadow. I spoke to a security guard and he told me to pick up a red phone in the hall and call engineering. So I did. So they're supposed to turn the lights on, but they're still not on, and it is dark in here, and people cannot shop in the dark. Look at this. Look how dark that is. Our stuff is in shadow. Good morning. It's day 4, finally. It's the last day. Yesterday was still disappointing. I was still hoping for double what I made on Friday or Thursday, making double Thursday. Actually, I think I did make double Thursday. Yeah, I did make double Thursday, but I did not make double Friday. Still though, that's not saying much. Thursday was not great. I am $4,000 away from hitting my minimum goal for this weekend. I set a minimum goal for myself and I'm $4,000 away from that. So unless a miracle happens today, I'm probably not gonna hit that, which makes me think next year moving. So, okay, so they're not moving back to October next year, they're moving to November. It's gonna be the week before Thanksgiving. Again, the week before a holiday, like a major holiday in the US, it's just, I don't know if it works. I don't know if it works. I don't know if I'm gonna apply again next year. I really don't. Let's go over the counts, shall we? Yesterday, I only sold 4 prints. Let me preface this by saying yesterday was my best day, but not by a ton. It really was not by a lot. I only sold 17 buttons yesterday. I sold 38 charms, which is nice. I sold 15 enamel pins. I sold 3 lanyards, 12 sticker sheets, 34 single stickers. That's better. And then for miscellaneous, I sold 3 plaster packs, 2 mystery cap bags, 1 beanie. I sold 2 coffin bags yesterday, so that's cool. I sold 2 ID wallets and a coin purse. And then I sold 4 shirts and 1 night jacket. So that's 3 night jackets so far. Still disappointing though. For a 4-day show, you'd expect it to perform. You expect to hit a certain threshold for such a long show like this. Yeah, I really don't know if it's gonna be, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. I'm so bored. Oh, something that Jess said to me is that I do my best work at slow cons, and he's right. A lot of my products I have designed at a con that is so slow and boring that I have no choice but to be productive. So a lot of the time I will just be drawing and designing and just sucking up the inspiration from around me, from like other artists and whatnot, and kind of like channeling that into new product and new ideas and new designs. And I came up with something that's pretty cool that I think you guys will like. I'm saying you guys as if you're my target demographic. I don't know. You guys like watching vlogs. That's why you're watching this video. You like watching people yap, or listening to people yap, at least. I know I have vlogs up in the background a lot, and I don't necessarily watch them, but I do listen to them. So the visuals don't really matter too much to me. So I'm sure some of you guys are like that. But anyway, I came up with a pretty cool product yesterday. In fact, I'll kind of show you a sneak peek. So something that became actually pretty useful to me is I actually got a free print from an artist that I bought a pin from. They had me spin a wheel and I got a free print. So I picked out, well, it got stuck between 2 choices. So I picked Tanjiro, because I like Tanjiro. So I got this free print. This is from Luke Ellis. Really cool Tanjiro print. Super pretty. I like the way they drew the fire in the water. Super cool. But the cello bag that it's sitting in, I thought, wait a second, that could be useful. I could use this. So what I ended up doing is I sketched out my design in the notebook that I had bought on day 1. And then I used the back of this print in the sleeve as a blueprint to write down measurements. So it's gonna be a tote bag. I'm designing a tote bag. This is gonna be an eat-a-bag window right here. So this will have a zipper around it with an insert that you can put pins in. And then this window here, this is going to be a raised clear 3D case that you can put plush toys in. So this will be a tote bag for all of my alternative girlies. My alternative girlies that collect trinkets and pins and plush toys. So that's cool. By the time this vlog comes out, shit, I might even have announced it by now. We'll see. I have quite the backlog of vlogs that I have to catch up on. I just barely posted my ASEN vlog and it's December, and that was in May this year. So yeah, I'm really behind. I think about that quite a bit, about Jess telling me that I do some of my best work at cons, and I'm trying to spin this into like a positive thing, that the fact that this is such a slow con, in that at least I'm being productive, right? Yeah, I might be slow. Yeah, I might not make my goal, but at least I was doing something and keeping myself busy, and at least something good will come of it. I might not make that money now, but I will in the future, if you know what I mean. The stamp rallies are not stamp rallying. I've only stamped a handful of cards. No one's really joining them. To be fair, I'm really bad at asking about stamp rallies if people want to join the stamp rallies, but Jess is pretty good about asking about it. And most people say like, oh, no, thank you, no. They say, I don't have time, or they say, oh, I've already spent too much money, or, you know, which is fair, it's completely fair. So not a lot of people are joining stamp rallies this weekend, which sucks because I'm in 3 of them. It doubly sucks because we prepared so many prize packs for the K-pop Demon Hunter stamp rally. We had 50 prizes of each for the Saja Boys and the Huntrix rally, and we've given out like 10 of each prize. We're gonna try to, I don't know the right word for it. I wanna say shill, but shilling isn't the right word. Shilling implies, it's a very negative connotation. I don't really know what to do today. It's so boring. It's so boring here. I'll try to continue to be productive today. It's gonna be slow again. It'll probably be more like the Friday. I really hope it's not like the Thursday. It'll probably be more like the Friday. I have gotten a little bit of interest in the CONPANION. I've given out a couple of these cards, just a few. They have the CONPANION information on them, and then they have a little QR code on the back that people can scan. I think I need better signage, because right now on the backpack, I only have a little card that says when it's gonna launch and how much the early bird price is gonna be. And I don't know if that's super eye-catching. And then I have a laminated sheet of the CONPANION and its info and another QR code, and like with the little trinkets that it's going to come with. I don't know, I'm thinking about putting signage like inserts where the pin inserts are, and having like signage inside the bag, so it's like static, but then people wouldn't see the pins that are inside the bag. They would just see the signage. So I don't know if that would really work. I'll figure something out. I've got ALA in 3 weeks. So I've got 3 weeks to figure out a better display for the CONPANION. And I'll have 2 tables. I'll have an 8-foot table and a 6-foot table because we have a 10-foot space. I'll try to design a display that makes all my bigger items look more appealing. Maybe that's what I'll work on today. Maybe I'll sketch up some display ideas on this little journal that I have. Anyway, that's all for now. I guess I'll update you guys later. Okay, that's it. I was done. We are finished. And the CONPANION did what I needed to do. I tested it out. It's good to know what it can and can't do. It can do all of the things that I advertise it to. And it can't hold an 11 by 17 print because this first draft of this backpack is tapered upwards. That's an accident. This is supposed to be 12 inches across. The new sample will be 12 inches across. So that's being fixed. But anyway, AWA's done. And all I have to show for it is this broken wheel. That's right, no more wheel. This guy's gonna be garbage once we get home. Okay, I'm gonna try to do this fast because we ordered food and I'm really hungry. Where's my thing? There it is. So, final total for today, still under my goal by about $3,000. I really wanted this to be an average show. It was not an average show, it was less than average, but funny enough, it was better than VidCon. Did not expect that. I thought this was gonna be like the worst grossing show of the entire year. It was not. It was the second worst grossing show of the entire year. So that's cool. And I'm excluding local shows, of course. I'm not including like Isekai or Anime Town or Hachikon or anything like that. I'm not including like tiny 2-day local shows that I don't need a hotel for and I don't need an Uber for, etc. I sold 5 prints today. Funny enough, my most popular print for the whole weekend was my Arcadia Vessel print, followed closely by Magical Girl Allen. That's cool, since that's a new one. That totals us to 19 prints for the weekend. For my coffin buttons, I only sold 12 today. That's the least amount across all 4 days. And that totals us to 75 for the weekend. For charms, I don't think I really had a charm that sold the most. They all sold like 2, sometimes 3. Yeah, like I sold 3 Mabels in one day. That's about it. I think that's it, actually. Oh, no, I sold 3 Kirikos. Okay, so it's tied between Mabel and Kiriko. but I only sold 7 charms today, so that's 64 charms total for the weekend. For enamel pins, I sold 13. My most popular enamel pins were my mini star sets, cool, which is pretty cool. I sold 2 black ones. I sold a yellow, a pink, a purple, a white, a gold, and a silver. Maybe 1 or 2 others, I don't remember. But yeah, I sold 8 sets. I sold 8 mini star sets, so that's cool. So that's 13 enamel pins for today, and that's 38 total for the weekend. For lanyards, I only sold 2. My has-been lanyard sold the most at a whopping 2 lanyards. That's 11 for the weekend. For sticker sheets, I sold 6 sticker sheets today. My Husker memes, I think, was my most popular. I sold 4, wait, just kidding. EP token. EP token was most popular at 6. I sold 6 of them this weekend. Anyway, that's 25 sticker sheets total for this weekend. Single stickers, today I sold 6 single stickers. So 3 more than Thursday. My most popular sticker looks like my OLOD. I sold 8. I sold 8 OLOD stickers. That's 51 stickers total. As far as miscellaneous goes, I only sold 2 plaster packs today. That's 11 total. I sold 3 mystery cat bags. That's 8 mystery bags total for the weekend if you include the mystery buttons. I sold 6 beanies. I didn't sell a single beanie today. I sold 4 coffin bags. I sold 2 coffin bags yesterday and 2 coffin bags today. And then I sold 2 ID wallets today. That's 7 ID wallets for the weekend, which is, funny enough, more than average. I average probably like 3 ID wallet sales per con. So that's quite a bit. 7 ID wallets. That's a lot for the weekend. And then for apparel, I sold 3 shirts today. That's 16 total. And I didn't sell a single night jacket today. So that's only 3 night jackets total for the weekend, because I sold 2 on Friday and 1 yesterday. That's pretty much it. It wasn't a great show. I was very disappointed. I don't really know what else to say about it, to be honest. It was very underwhelming, and I don't know if I'll be back. I still need to decide based on my schedule next year. As of right now, I have 12 confirmed shows next year, but I don't want more than like 15 to 18. So depending on what other shows I get into next year, I might not even apply, because I'm gonna not want to do that many next year. Final thoughts. I hope I can come back to Atlanta for MomoCon, because MomoCon was great. You made it. Hi, what's up? Food's gonna be here soon, so I'm gonna go. But yeah, that was AWA.